Bulls fans don't always agree on everything, but one thing it seemed like Bulls fans agreed on after the Summer League was that the Bulls should be signing Yuki Kawamura to a two-way contract at the bare minimum. Well, the Chicago Bulls heard us, and they answered. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, hosted by Haize, your number one spot for all things Chicago Bulls.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content today, y'all. It's not always that things that should happen actually happen, right? It's not always that players that earn something that it ends up coming to fruition for them. Well, Yuki Kawamura, who put up amazing numbers, especially assist numbers, other than one game where he struggled at the first game, Yuki Kawamura really turned heads in the Bulls Summer League run. Outside of Noah Essengay and Modest Buzelis, Yuki Kawamura is one of the best players on the court for the Chicago Bulls. Javon Freeman-Liberty also put up some big numbers as well. Well, the Bulls decided today that they were going to go ahead and make it official. They have now signed Yuki Kawamura to a two-way contract, waiving Jahmir Young, and this is a pretty big investment by the Bulls. Jahmir Young was a player that last year in the G League averaged over 20 points per game. Over 20 points per game and over a steal and a half per game. He really did fill it up as far as offensively for the Chicago Bulls last year in the G League. So the Bulls making this shift towards a scorer and going towards a point guard who's better as a facilitator, as we've talked about, that helps you not only simulate the style of play that you're expected to play at the NBA level next year with your roster, but it brings guys in that you can now have the same type of play. You now have a guy who can create looks for people while you're developing players down there that may not necessarily be able to create their own shots and their own looks quite yet. And you still got a scorer in Javon Freeman-Liberty as well, who actually played pretty well in his minutes with Yuki Kawamura in the Summer League. So unfortunately, Jahmir Young finds himself on the outside looking out. On the end, he's going to find a new team. There's not any doubt that Jahmir Young is going to find another team to go to. But now the Bulls get to keep a player who came into their system after playing with the Memphis G League team last year and looked really good in Summer League. And it's really good just to see players be rewarded for playing the right way. And that's what's happened here with Yuki Kawamura. He come in, he played. It wasn't just, things that were just non-substantial. Like, it was tangible how well this team looked with Yuki Kawamura on it. And when you have a guy like Lachlan Albrecht, who you did draft in the second round, who's also on a two-way deal, who you're invested in being able to develop, bringing in a guy like Yuki to continue that thing going on, it's a good look. And so this is, again, the Bulls don't always make the right decisions, no matter how much they look like they should be the right decisions. For what it's worth, the Bulls made this decision today, and it's the right decision to bring in somebody who played in the manner in which they did. And keep in mind, I was one of the vocal people that after his first Summer League game for the Bulls, I was like, hey, I don't see what's the hype around Yuki? He looked pretty bad in that first Summer League game. But hey, he turned me into a believer, and I am one that's never afraid to admit when I am wholly wrong. I was completely wrong on Yuki Kawamura and the hype that was around him. I went from a doubter to a believer over the course of 5 games that he played in the Summer League for the Bulls. And so I'm not here to say, you see people with wild takes like he can be the Bulls starting point guard. I'm not here to say any of that. He's probably not going to see a lot of NBA minutes next year, but I am saying that he is somebody that I'm invested in and interested to see how they develop. And I also see, even if he never makes the NBA, how he can help the players that are down there in the G League. And if the Bulls really do value the experience and the minutes that players can get down in the G League, you want those minutes to be the best possible. And having a guy like him to be able to help develop, like Noah Essengay, I hope he doesn't play a lot of minutes down in the G League, but if he does, we know that he struggles to create his own shot right now. Having him play with a point guard like Yuki Kawamura, who is going to be really good at getting him those looks and creating for him, how can you be mad at that? So the Bulls, they make a smart decision here. And like I said before, the Bulls don't always do the things that it looks like they should do. They don't always do the sensible things. So I do want to give them credit when they go out there and make the right decision when it comes down to it. So like this type of question. So is this bad? No, this has nothing to do with Josh Giddey. Yuki Kawamura is on a two-way contract. Tell me the last time you saw somebody that the Bulls signed to a two-way contract play meaningful minutes at the NBA level. It just doesn't happen. So no, this is not a bad sign for Josh Giddey. It's a positive sign for the players that are going to be that's going to be playing down there in the G League with Yuki Kawamura, who are trying to develop, and as well for Yuki to develop himself. I'm not saying that Yuki can't ever develop maybe into an NBA caliber player, but right now with the size, the lack of defense, he's going to have some things that he's going to have to overcome, and maybe he can be that. I'm not mad at it if it does work out that way at all. Jerry says we need to throw away the ball-headed hoe so Yuki can finally earn that spot, but I'm happy we got him on a two-way. Here's the thing. A two-way makes more sense for Yuki. If we waive Javon Carter today and sign Yuki Kawamura, Yuki's probably not going to see the court. At least this way, Yuki's actually helping the Chicago Bulls by being on the G League court. He's going to be playing minutes. He can help develop players. So he's actually, I know this sounds crazy, he actually helps the Bulls and their future more right now. I'm not saying that this is going to be the case the whole entire time, but right now, Yuki actually helps the Bulls more by being in the G League because he's going to play minutes. He's going to help develop Lachlan. He's going to help develop Noah Essengay. He's going to help Javon Freeman-Liberty get the ball. Anybody else that we have there, Josh Primo, if he ends up playing for the Bulls G League team, Yuki Kawamura is going to help him develop. So, and I know that's putting a lot on a young player that hasn't really proven very much yet, but that's how good of a creator Yuki Kawamura is in creating open looks for teammates, that he literally can be a huge reason why players develop down there in the G League and get ready for the style of play that the Bulls play. He helps push the pace like the Bulls like to push it, and he rebounds for his size. For being 5'8", usually he's going to be the smallest guy on the court. Yuki rebounds really well for a guard. So I like that when it comes down to it, man. So last order of business, we got to get Giddey locked in. Good to see AK Mark Eversley actually do know how to listen after all. Well, listen, I get it. A lot of Bulls fans are saying that they're listening, but they're watching. And it would be remiss for me to act like they're just listening to fans. I would hope that they're watching the team. Keep in mind, they brought him to the Bulls for a reason. They signed him for a reason. So if he wouldn't be on the Summer League team if the Bulls didn't see something in him that they thought, hey, there may be some path here to where he can help the Chicago Bulls. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe at the deadline, trades are made and opens up minutes for some of these younger guys. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. I'm glad you cleaned that up because you was about to get roasted. I was about to have to go Petty Roosevelt on you. But to be honest, I haven't paid much attention to Yuki really or the Bulls Summer League at all. I admit, how's Yuki's defense? That's also important. It's not because it's G League. Like, nobody really plays defense in the G League. It's a two-way contract. And I'll say this, for what it's worth, he's an active defender. He's just small. He's 5'8". You can only do so much there when you're 5'8". Do you think Yuki would play more NBA minutes than Carter this season? No, he's not going to play a lot of NBA minutes, y'all. It's not going to happen unless there's some severe injuries. Yuki Kawamura is probably unlikely to play a lot of NBA minutes, but like I said, that he actually helps the Chicago Bulls a little bit more by doing what he's going to be able to do and help the players develop down there. Yuki equals Steve Nash vibes. I mean, it's more than just Steve. Like, I get what you're getting at with that. You're not just saying vibes, but I mean, he is a great creator. Like, he really is a great on-ball creator. Signing Yuki probably making more revenue for Bulls G League. That is a part of this as well. Keep in mind, Chicago does have a large Asian community, the Japanese community also that is interested in basketball. That's going to get more eyes there as well. And yeah, that's going to happen. I mean, I'm not going to act like that's not going to be part of it. That is absolutely going to happen and help the Bulls a little bit as well. He's probably going to get more jersey sales than Okoro, not going to lie. I mean, maybe. Garbage and undersized guard who won't be able to guard. No established point guards. The team going to be trashed once again with a bunch of non-defensive guards. Charles, shut the fuck up. Like, just please, shut the fuck up. Like, you also you're showing a lack of understanding of the context of the signing, and you're actually showing yourself to be quite a bit of a dumbass if you think every single signing is going to be something that completely changes the Bulls' direction. Like, please learn context. Please actually go watch what Yuki Kawamura could do before you start, because I can tell what you're saying right now. You're just saying something from the standpoint of a bitter bitch. One thing you don't need to be in basketball is a bitter bitch about shit that ain't got nothing to do with your bitterness. Now, I can see a different signing, but please, for the love of everybody who's actually intelligent and has watched this stuff, shut the fuck up. And I mean that with all due respect. Like I'm sure you have some good, smart basketball takes at once in a while in your life. But when it comes to this, shut the fuck up. Because you're just sounding like a bitter bitch. And one thing we don't really need around the Bulls, we already have enough reasons to be upset, is dumbass, bitter bitches. That's not what we need. Please go home and go suck a titty. Go find something to do with your life that's productive. This ain't it. Honestly, I never watched Yuki until Summer League. First game, even though he had an off night, you could tell the offense flowed better. He got better each game. He did. He got better every single game. You're absolutely right on that. In practice, Giddy versus Yuki would be fun to watch them battle and them run their team versus the other. I mean, the thing is, though, is like, I get that. I don't know who's going to run it because keep in mind, Trey Jones is probably going to be the backup point guard in that amount of, in training camp. But Yuki is going to be in training camp, and he is going to help the Bulls push that pace. That's for sure. That's absolutely for sure. But all right, y'all. I just wanted to bring this on and bring this news on, man. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys are following us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. Like I like to end every episode on. Go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.